Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday, the 12th of January 2023. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Sorcerer's Tarot for today's reading. This deck, I remember that there's some characters in this deck that I'm not that fond of, so I don't use these that often. I think, I don't even remember, but wasn't it like some weird, this kind of thing? The animal, yes, this. I didn't. What's it called? The scale. It's just I'm a Virgo, so this kind of thing bothers me. I don't like human hybrid. I don't know why. There we go. Okay, so let's see what these cards have to say about Thursday and what this day's energy is all about. Now that I've dished the cards, let's see what they have to say. First, we've got little frog prince of wands. Then we have the Five of Swords. And the Four of Swords. Interesting. Okay, so the Page of Wands, that's how I'm interpreting this card, because the pages are the most inexperienced. Then we've got the knights or the princes and the kings and queens. And this looks like a child to me. I'll just double check what they're labeled at. So this is going to be the King of Wands. That's the knight, the little dragon symbol there. Knights, yep. Let's find another page somewhere. No? No page? Yeah, Page of Pentacles. Okay, so the Page of Wands means you're super motivated, you're super enthusiastic. You just haven't got the experience. So if you've been kind of feeling flat lately or directionless, that comes in massively via the Page of Wands. And you'll start to find that, oh my God, this is something I want to do. This is something I'm excited about. I care about learning in this area. Maybe if I start yachting or I start studying astrology or marine biology, there's something in it for me. It's that hope that it could lead to something else. And the Page of Wands is very good at finding new passions and hobbies and pursuits and life purposes and careers. And he does that himself. So this is great because it makes you very open-minded, very willing to look at new areas and to kind of have a fresh start. To me, it's kind of like the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's this constant process of renewal and letting go of the old and bringing in something new and constantly changing. So that's going to be at the very forefront, and that will help you to get moving again. Also on this day, we have, in terms of astrology, we have Mars, the planet of drive and ambition. That's going direct. So it makes a lot of sense that you'd have all this fire, you'd feel so purposeful and focused on a new goal. Next, we have the Five of Swords, and this is about serious conflict. This is someone who's bullying other people to make himself feel better or is just not willing to cooperate. It's a power trip. It's someone who believes they're always right. And even when they know they're not right, they insist that they are. It's someone who you can't really work with. It's someone who's just being difficult in that sense. And here we've got a magician kind of charging up a sun to kind of attack. So it's not a subtle, quiet energy here. So one, it's saying that you have your motivation back, but with that comes anger and the potential to say, okay, this has been irritating me long enough. I'm going to smash it out of my life. So it's saying that, first of all, that the fire energy is always either cleansing or destructive or empowering, but they go hand in hand, right? You have a fire, you get a pile of ash. So with these two, it's about focusing on the youthful and empowering strength that the Page of Wands gives you and avoiding the power-hungry person who wants to argue for the sake of feeling more empowered as a result. It's about taking real action instead of talking about it. I don't know what these beetles are, but they don't seem very pleasant to me. If I had that crawling on my bed, I wouldn't be impressed. So to me, that says like, not just a sense of unwillingness to see another person's point of view, but like a place of ego and like just difficulties in dealing with other people. So with these two next to each other, you may face that on this day. You may face like someone who you usually get on with, it becomes impossible to work with, or someone goes on a power trip and then you're like, what has got into you? It's that kind of vibe. So people are going to react differently to this shift in energy, to this new pace and fire and motivation. Some people will get angry and become power hungry. Other people are going to make plans and get very productive and busy. And I feel the better choice is to look at what will I enjoy moving forward, rather than what new fights can I get involved with. Finally, the Four of Swords. This is usually about meditation, contemplation, or having something difficult that you need to face. And instead of just jumping into it, you ask for guidance and support from your higher self, from the universe, from your guides. And it's this gathering of yourself and saying, I can do this, I can face these situations, but I have a bit of quiet time. I would like to have someone on my team. And here it's different. We've got this young wizard going to sleep, and there's a monster under her bed. So again, it's a sense of threat. It's a sense of there's something looming. And I think it's about this. And it's warning us about the personal tendency to become destructive. Like if you really had it with something on this day, you're fed up, and let's say you're the boss, and you've been dealing with this employee for weeks now, and you're tired of the attitude, then this is the kind of day where it's like, okay, I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to sack that person. But this card is saying it's much better to try and see another perspective on it, to endure this sense of being threatened or something is pushing my buttons here, and to ask for guidance and to try and see it from a different angle. It's better to do that than to say, okay, we have to have a meeting and I'm sorry, you've got 2 weeks notice or whatever it may be. So anything like that, I think it's better to hold off until you have a bigger picture and it's not as emotionally charged. And that frees you up then to pursue things that bring you joy. So I'm getting very much stay away from conflict and especially situations that you recognize as, oh, this person is just like on one, you know, they got out of the wrong side of the bed. There's just no point or rhyme or reason to it. And if you find yourself behaving that way, which is possible, then wait it out and see, okay, maybe I'll wait for another bit of information before I decide on this, or at the very least, I'm going to wait until I feel calmer and more kind of objective about this situation than I do now. So don't act out of anger, basically. Yeah. Okay, so number-wise, we've got the page, which is 1, and 5 is 6, and 4 is 10. 10 reduces to 1 in numerology, and 1 is the magician. It's the vibration of the pioneer, the boss, the person who's in charge. And that's even more dangerous now, because if you feel like I'm the boss, I'm in charge, and I'm right, this card kind of twists that and could put you in a position where that confidence even spills over into areas where you aren't necessarily right. So you see the tendency to back down and to apologize and to say, do you know what, I'm going to own my part in this. Maybe I was a little snippy to you earlier. I'm sorry. There's not much, that's not going to be the easiest thing for you to do on this day. So hold off. I think try and get all the different angles on a situation. And if you find yourself being righteous or self-righteous, just that's the red flag. Hold off on that. Yeah. Okay, so, and instead use that magician powerful energy and channel it into the page of wands, who will lead you to wondrous new places. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. And in my personal readings, I use the tarot, I use astrology and numerology. To draw up your birth chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. That allows me to draw up your chart wheel, and that shows me a lot about you. So if you have any questions about what's coming up in future, or what's destined for you in relationships or finance or anything at all, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please hit subscribe and share it online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.